I want to give a massive shout out to TruthSeeker01011 on IG for bringing a vital piece of history called the Ash experiments back into the light. Because the system of control relies on one fundamental trick, making us believe we're completely isolated in our skepticism, and convincing us that we're the outcasts for questioning their official narrative, but the mechanics of how they manipulate the public have been mapped out in these experiments for decades. In 1951, the Ash conformity experiments proved exactly how propaganda and manufactured consensus work. And the setup was simple, as an ordinary person was placed in a room, along with 7 actors that were working for the experimenters. When tested alone on an obvious visual task, civilians got the answer right 99% of the time, and the truth was undeniable, but when those 7 actors unanimously shouted out a blatant lie, the psychological pressure took hold, and under the weight of a fake majority, 75% of the participants conformed and repeated the lie at least once. Across the entire study, citizens chose to deny their own senses and side with a clear falsehood 33% of the time, and that's exactly how the elites run their compliance scripts today. They use mainstream narratives and tailored algorithms to simulate a consensus that doesn't exist, forcing people to stay silent out of a manufactured fear of standing alone. But the system always hides the most critical findings that are deeper within the research. When the experimenters introduced just one single ally who broke ranks and spoke the truth, the entire spell shattered, and conformity plummeted from 33% down to just 5%. Think about the math of that resistance. It didn't take a massive army to break the control system, but it just took one voice, because one person refusing to repeat the lie had given everyone else the psychological permission to trust their own eyes. And right now we desperately need people who are willing to stand up and speak the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it feels, and no matter what fears are weaponized against them. Your voice is the compliance breaker, so speak up, break the consensus, and let the truth spread. We do not forgive, we do not forget. Anonymously Enlightening out.